The rising cost of living is going to be one of the big issues people care about when they go to the ballot in June. We did a poll of people across Europe, and 2/3 of them said that tackling rising prices needs to be a priority for the EU. You've got energy prices rising by 40%. 1 in 3 Europeans have said they wouldn't be able to pay for an unexpected bill. They're really feeling the pinch. So when the EU thinks about its energy policy, its climate change policy, they're really going to have to think about how that's going to impact on people's pockets.
Migration has been a massive topic for the past decade, ever since the Lampedusa tragedy of 2013. Now, we finally do have a migration pact. It took years to get to this starting point. It's perfectly imperfect. Nobody likes it. For the left, it's too right. For the right, it's too left. But it's a starting point. And of course, the next mandate will be very much occupied by looking into how member states transpose that into law and how it works then on the ground. We need migration. We need managed migration. Europe is getting very old, very fast. And many would point out to the Ukrainian case that we can very much manage asylum seekers, those who are in need of protection.
Yeah.
Well, defence will be certainly one of those issues that will be front and centre of the mandate of the next Commission and the next European Parliament, not least because of the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine. There's a realisation this war will continue for the foreseeable future because for the last few months Ukraine has been on the back foot militarily, and of course for the first time in many years there is a war on the European continent. But there's also an acknowledgement that Ukraine may not be the only conflict the world will be facing in the coming years, and the EU and Europe feels it needs to stand on its own 2 feet when it comes to its defence and security and not always rely on the United States.
They've set a target of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 55% by the end of this decade, which basically means it's got to be done during the mandate of the incoming Commission and Parliament. It's an enormous task, and it's going to be made even bigger when they adopt a new climate target. Going into the election, we have right-wing parties who are basically going on a platform of supporting the farmers, putting a halt to all this Green Deal. So, yes, the momentum is definitely there. Whether it continues after the election is another question.